Welcome to Traveler's Tales. I am your host, Greg Alonzo. Today I will be your guide through history as we take a look at Egyptian creation myths. However, before we begin, just a quick reminder that we post new videos every Tuesday and Friday. Don't forget to hit the little bell icon to be notified each time we post new videos. Mythology tells us one thing, while archaeology tells us another. Let's begin with the Egyptians. According to the Egyptian religion, in the beginning there was only chaos. Though there were many notions of how the world began, over time, a few stood out and depended on geography. The different creation accounts were each associated with a cult of a particular god in one of the major cities of ancient Egypt. Hermopolis, Heliopolis, Memphis, and Thebes were the primary cities where creation myths evolved over time. To some degree, these myths represent competing theologies, but they also represent different aspects of the process of creation. Many Egyptians referred to their creation myth as Hermopolis. This was promulgated in the city of Hermopolis and focused on the nature of the universe before the creation of the world. The inherent qualities of the primeval waters were represented by a set of 8 gods called Ogdoad. According to the myth, the 8 gods were originally divided into male and female groups. They were symbolically depicted as aquatic creatures because they dwelt within the water. The males were represented as frogs and the females were represented as snakes. These 2 groups eventually converged, resulting in a great upheaval which produced the pyramidical mound. From this mound emerged the sun, which rose into the sky to light the world. In the city of Heliopolis, creation was attributed to Atum, a deity closely associated with Ra, who is said to have existed in the waters of Nu as an inert potential being. Atum was a self-engendered god and the source of all elements and forces in the world. The Heliopolitan myth described the process by which he evolved from a single being into a multiplicity of elements. Next we have the Memphis creation myth. According to this creation myth, this belief coexisted with that of Heliopolis. However, it was centered on Ptah. Who was Ptah? Ptah was the patron god of all craftsmen. He represented the craftsman's ability to envision a finished product and shape raw materials to create that product. The Memphis theology said that Ptah created the world in a similar way. This, unlike other Egyptian creation myths, was not a physical but an intellectual creation by the word and the mind of God. The Theban mythology claimed that Amun was not merely a member of the Ogdoad, rather the force behind all things. Amun was also seen as separate from this world, and his true nature was concealed even from the other gods. Eventually he was seen as a supreme god of the Egyptian pantheon, due in part to this belief. The pyramid texts, tomb wall decorations, and writings dating back to the Old Kingdom, which lasted from 2780 to 2250 before the Common Era, have given us most of the information regarding early Egyptian creation myths. The ancient Egyptians had many creator gods and associated legends. Thus the world was specifically Egypt and created in diverse ways, according to the different parts of the country. Some versions of the myth indicate spitting, while others masturbation as an act of creation. The union between the first divine couple brought forth another brother and sister pair, Geb and Nut, who in turn created Osiris, Isis, Seth, and Nephthys. The murder of Osiris by Seth and the resulting struggle for power won by Horus provided a powerful narrative linking the ancient Egyptian ideology of kinship with the creation of the cosmos. These myths were also led to the forming of the earliest religious compilations in the world. It is quite evident that we can see the connection to many other religions that developed throughout the region and Egypt's influence upon them. I will leave you with 2 quotes. The first is by the author Richard Hurley. He goes on to say that man had created God in his own image. Lastly, from Voltaire. Voltaire goes on to say, if God did not exist, it would be necessary to invent him. This brings us to the end of part 1 of Egyptian creation myths from antiquity. As a reminder, we post new videos every Tuesday and Friday. Don't forget to hit the little bell icon to be notified each time we post new videos. For your convenience, we have also listed both our email address and Instagram information. Thank you for joining us on this edition of Traveler's Tales. If you haven't done so already, please like and subscribe to our channel. This really is the best way to help our channel grow. Traveler's Tales will return with part 2 of Egyptian creation myths from antiquity. Until we meet again at the crossroads of folklore and history, Kartistos.